English 7, Module 1, First Quarter, entitled So Stylistic. How to use this module. Before you start answering the module, I want you to set aside other tasks that will distract you while enjoying the lessons. Read the simple instructions below to successfully enjoy the objectives of this kit. Have fun. Number 1. Follow carefully all the contents and instructions indicated in every page of this module. Number 2. Write on your notebook or any writing pad the concepts about the lessons. Writing enhances learning, which is important to develop and keep in mind. Number 3. Perform all the provided activities in the module. Number 4. Let your facilitator, guardian assess your answers. Number 5. Analyze conceptually the post-test and apply what you have learned. Number 6. Enjoy studying.
Parts of the module, expectations. These are what you will be able to know after completing the lessons in the module. Pre-test. This will measure your prior knowledge and the concepts to be mastered throughout the lesson. Looking back, this section will measure what learnings and skills that you understand from the previous lesson. Brief introduction. This section will give you an overview of the lesson. Activities. These are activities designed to develop critical thinking and other competencies. This can be done with or without a partner depending on the nature of the activity. Remember, this section summarizes the concepts and applications of the lessons. Checking your understanding. It will verify how you learned from the lesson. Post-test. This will measure how much you have learned from the entire module.
Lesson 1. Reading strategies. For expectations. As you go through this lesson, you are expected to identify different reading styles you can use in reading specific text. Choose appropriate reading style in extracting information from the given text. Pre-test. Number 1. Which reading style requires you to look for specific keywords or phrases that are relevant to what you need to know? Letter A. Skimming. Letter B. Scanning. Letter C. Extensive reading. Letter D. Intensive reading. What is your answer? Number 2. Which reading style is used for reading shorter texts for detailed information with emphasis on precise understanding? Letter A. Skimming. Letter B. Scanning. Letter C. Extensive reading. Letter D. Intensive reading. What is your answer? Choose the appropriate reading style needed for each text. Write your answer on the space provided. A. Skimming. B. Scanning. C. Extensive. D. Intensive. For number 3. A poem. What is your answer? Blank. Number 4. A Shakespeare novel. What is your answer? And lastly, for number 5. An English grammar book. What is your answer? Looking back to your lesson, can you still recall the first time you learned how to read? You probably can also remember how your teachers taught you patiently on how to recognize and produce the sound in every letter. Eventually, you were able to combine the letter sound to read a word and then finally sentences. It was such a feat for you indeed. What is reading? Reading is a complex process that involves interaction between you, the reader, and the text while you build your understanding by interpreting written symbols and decoding the meaning of the text. And for the brief introduction, reading can be enjoyable, but to some it can be challenging, especially when the text is too long and it contains difficult vocabulary words. There are reading strategies or techniques that you can use to extract information from the text. In this lesson, you will learn 4 reading styles: scanning, skimming, extensive, and intensive reading. The key points: scanning is used for a specific focus. You read rapidly through a text to find specific information required. This is mainly looking through specific information you want to know. Your eyes move quickly from left to right as you search for keywords or phrases that are relevant to what you need to know from the text. It is useful to scan parts of the selection or book to check whether it is useful or not. Skimming is sometimes referred to as just reading since you read rapidly for the main points. You use skimming when you want to get the idea what the text is all about. This will save you time as you may just look quickly at first paragraph to get the main idea, or you may opt to go through the summary of the text. Although this will not ensure deeper understanding of the text. Intensive reading is used for reading shorter texts for detailed information with emphasis on precise understanding. This is useful when you need to remember chronological events and specific details that need to be remembered accurately.
The Legend of the Firefly. Number 1. A long time ago, in the valley of Pinoc in central Luzon, a large lake where the people fished for food dried up. The people of Pinoc prayed hard, "Dear Bathala, send us rain, give us food to eat." The good Bathala answered their prayers. Suddenly, a beautiful chariot of gold was zooming through the sky. They heard a voice saying, "I am Bulahari, and I have come with my wife Bitoin. We are sent from the heavens to give you good life." From then on, the people of Pinoc enjoyed a good life under their rulership. Number 2. Soon Bulanhari and Bitoin had a daughter. They named her Alitaptap, for on her forehead was a bright sparkling star. All the handsome young men of Pinoc fell in love with her, but alas, the heart of Alitaptap wasn't human. She was the daughter of Bulanhari and Bitoin, who came down from the sky. She had a heart of stone. Alitaptap would never know love. Number 3. One day, Baluna, a wise old woman, arrived at the palace. She delivered a sad news to the king. Baluna predicted, "The warriors of Laut will come to conquer the land and will destroy all of you. The only solution is for Alitaptap to marry one of the men, so as to have an heir to win the war." Number 4. Bulanhari pleaded his daughter to get married, but Alitaptap's heart of stone merely stood in silence. Bulanhari gripped his sword in despair. "Alitaptap, you will follow me, or you will lay dead this very minute." But nothing could stir the lovely young woman's heart. Bulanhari, blinded with anger at fear of the dark future, finally drew his sword. It hit the star on Alitaptap's forehead. The star burst. 1,000 chips of glittered shattered pieces of the star on Alitaptap's forehead lighted the great hall, flickering as though they were stars with tiny wings. Alitaptap, the lovely daughter from the heavens, lay dead. And soon, Baluna's prediction had come true. Riding in wild horses, the warriors of Laut arrived. They killed the people of Pinoc. They spread sorrow and destruction everywhere. Number 5. When it all ended, the beautiful, peaceful valley of Pinoc had turned into an empty swamp. At night, there was nothing but darkness, but soon, tiny sparkles of light would flicker and lend glimmers of brightness in the starless night. And so, the fireflies came about once, a long time ago. They were fragments from the star on the forehead of Bulanhari's daughter, the beautiful Alitaptap. Question. Number 1. The people of Pinoc cried out for help to Bathala because of blank. Letter A. Drought. Letter B. Typhoon. Letter C. Abundance of food. Letter D. Too much fish. What is your answer? Number 2. Who were sent by Bathala to help the people of Pinoc? Letter A. Alitaptap and Baluna. Letter B. Bulanhari and Bitoin. Letter C. Baluna and Bathala. Letter D. Bituin and Laot. What is your answer? Number 3. In paragraph isang last sentence, the line, "Then the people of Pinok enjoyed a good life under their rulership," suggests that letter A. Bulan-Hari and Bituin are ruthless rulers. Letter B. Bulan-Hari and Bituin are tyrant rulers. Letter C. Bulan-Hari and Bituin are funny rulers. Letter D. Bulan-Hari and Bituin are good rulers. What is your answer? Number 4. Why was their daughter named Alitaptap? Letter A. She has a bright sparkling star on her forehead. Letter B. She is a goddess and was very beautiful. Letter C. She was loved by handsome young men. Letter D. She loves to shine at night. What is your answer? Number 5. In paragraph 2 second sentence, the line, "She had a heart of stone," is expressed in idiomatic expression which means letter A heart made of stone, letter B, a heart disease, letter C, unable to love, letter D, a concrete heart. Number 2. What is your answer? Number 6. What was the bad news brought by Balon at the Bulan-Hari? Letter A. Alitaptap will die. Letter B. The warriors of Laut will come to conquer them. Letter C. Alitaptap will be killed by her father. Letter D. Laut will be destroyed by the people of Pinok. What is your answer? Number 7. Why no one could steer the heart of Alitaptap to love someone? Letter A. The heart of Alitaptap wasn't human. Letter B. She was a powerful goddess. Letter C. Bathala made her heart into stone. Letter D. She did not like arranged marriage. What is your answer? Number 8. What made Bulan-Hari strike his swords against his lovely daughter Alitaptap? Letter A. Bulan-Hari secretly hated Alitaptap ever since. Letter B. Alitaptap's death would save the people of Pinok. Letter C. Alitaptap was a hard-headed daughter. Letter D. Bulan-Hari was blinded with anger at fear of the dark future. What is your answer?
Number 9. Which paragraph shows the climax of the story? Letter A. Paragraph 1. Letter B. Paragraph 2. Letter C. Paragraph 4. Letter D. Paragraph 5. What is your answer?
Number 10. Where do fireflies come from? Letter A. Flickering light at night. Letter B. Stars fall from the sky. Letter C. The lamps of the people of Pinok. Letter D. The fragments of stars from Alitaptap's forehead. What is your answer?
Checking your understanding. Which reading style can be useful for the following tasks below? Put each task in a correct column. Letter A. Using a dictionary. Letter B. Reading headlines on a newspaper. Letter C. Finding things in a catalog, brochure. Letter D. Finding useful information in leaflets. Letter E. Checking bus flight schedule. Letter F. Looking for books in a shelf that you might like to read. Skimming is useful when the answer are Letter B. Reading headlines on a newspaper. Letter D. Finding useful information in leaflets. Letter E. Checking bus flight schedule. And for scanning is useful when are Letter A. Using a dictionary. Letter C. Finding things in a catalog, brochure. Letter F. Looking for books in a shelf that you might.
Pose best a multiple choice. Read the questions carefully then encircle the letter of your answer. Number 1. Which reading style requires you to look for specific keywords or phrases that are relevant to what you need to know? Letter A, skimming. Letter B, scanning. Letter C, extensive reading. Letter D, intensive reading. What is your answer? The answer is letter B, scanning. Number 2. Which reading style is used for reading shorter texts for detailed information with emphasis on precise understanding? Letter A, skimming. Letter B, scanning. Letter C, extensive reading. Letter D, intensive reading. What is your answer? The answer is letter D, intensive reading. Number 3. This reading style is useful in remembering events and details accurately. Letter A, skimming. Letter B, scanning. Letter C, extensive reading. Letter D, intensive reading. What is your answer? The answer is letter B, scanning. Number 4. This is done by reading from left to right rapidly to get the gist of the text. Letter A, skimming. Letter B, scanning. Letter C, extensive reading. Letter D, intensive reading. What is your answer? The answer is letter B, scanning. B. Choose the appropriate reading style needed for the following list below. Write your answer on the blank. Letter A, skimming. Letter B, scanning. Letter C, extensive. Letter D, intensive. Number 5. A poem. What is your answer? The answer is letter C, extensive. Number 6. A Shakespeare novel. What is your answer? The answer is letter C, extensive. Number 7. An English grammar book. What is your answer? The answer is letter D, intensive. Number 8. Restaurant menu. What is your answer? The answer is letter C, extensive. Number 9. A movie schedule. What is your answer? The answer is letter C, extensive. Number 10. Manga collection. What is your answer? The answer is letter D, intensive.